My name is Jamie Mitchell. I'm actually from a town called Coffs Harbour in New South Wales, Australia. I learned how to swim at a really young age, and I got asthma at a young age as well, diagnosed with acute asthma. So I was told by doctors that swimming would help my asthma. So my parents put me into a program they call Australia. It's called NIPPERS. It's like the junior lifeguard program they have here in Hawaii. At that stage, I was we're training on our paddle boards, we were swimming. I think then was like when I started to really understand, like, learning about the ocean. What are the advantages I can get of diving down under the water deeper, or grabbing the sand, or how do I body surf better than everyone? Like, what are the techniques? And so that became the obsession. And I think that from when I really was able to start to understand, how to not manipulate the ocean, but really use it to my advantage, I think that's when I fell in love with the ocean. Winning the Molokai for 10 years in a row was something that I really couldn't even dreamed of.
Jamie's one of those rare individuals that has a whole lot of natural talent, and his read on the water is phenomenal.
There's something about that race that really took my career personally to a whole nother level.
He gets in a higher gear and keeps going. When he hits the wall, he breaks through.
You'd hear all this talk about how this guy was going to beat me and this guy was going to beat me, and that just drove me to really just to go as hard as I could.
That time's world champion.
He's professional in 2 sports, paddling and big wave surfing.
Sideline and that rail gives up a little bit of trouble. Great balance to Jamie Mitchell.
Big wave surfing is I feel like is an evolution of my whole entire life of being in the water.
His body work, his mental strength, if all of that is aligned, then I feel comfortable knowing that he can get through almost anything. He's had some horrendous wipeouts.
Oh, fuck!
It's crazy, man. Talking about it makes me think how crazy it is, you know what I mean? But it's awesome. I do set high goals and expectations for myself, and I think that allows me to go after them, and I'm not scared to not achieve my goals. For me, it's really time. I took a good hard look at myself and said, I've taken so much from the ocean that now it's time for me to give back. 7 crossings is basically a paddle, 7 channels, 7 crossings. It's going to start up in the northern Channel Islands, and we're going to finish right here in Catalina. About a total of over 150 miles and 7 stories, all about sustainability.
We're one of the few universities in the world that has an island. And when you talk about doing sustainability, having an island's a huge advantage.
We are able to harvest the food for our staff, for our guests, and really using it as a teaching classroom.
I have 2 young daughters that are 4 and 2, and I really just want them to have the life that I've had in the ocean.
The CO2 that's in the air affects the ocean, and we've got to do something about that.
Protein for the training tomorrow. The project is only going to be done 1 paddle at a time. I'm not a young 20-year-old anymore. I'm a 40-year-old that just had shoulder surgery. So I think it's important to take it to the next level, and the next level for me is give the USC and the Wrigley Institute the outreach it needs to get this out to the world, to the public, so they understand what these good people are doing. The project is going to finish here on Catalina, but that's when the journey begins.
It's about saving our habitat. We already know how to do this. It's a question of whether we can get the people engaged and convince them how important this is.